be the reawakening of the 13th Parliament?
Fred, I think it is okay for Dr. Makali to be positive as a member of Parliament representing the people of Kitui in the National Assembly. And it is important for him to speak hope to us, Kenyans who are not in Parliament and are waiting for them to give us what was promised by the elite parliamentarians and even the executive. But there is one position I still take. We've been in this country, we've seen how things work between Parliament and executive. It has always been any executive in power trying to make Parliament an annex of that executive. And I think it started some times back. Even the fact that when you are members of Parliament, your parliamentary group meetings goes to State House, in itself, for me, is wrong. Every party has got their party headquarters where they can gather and say, Wiper are having their parliamentary group meeting, ODM have got their Orange House, they are actually having their group meeting, or any other hotel for that matter, because political parties also have money. But whoever brought in the idea that once Meshack is elected the President of the Republic, the next thing, my party now meets at State House. In itself is wrong. That is not supposed to be there, because State House is for all citizens of this country, everybody, those who won and those who lost, and those who didn't even vote. Remember, we've talked about this here before, Fred. 8 million Kenyans were registered voters, but they never showed up to vote, to cast their vote. They are actually the silent majority. If they had casted their vote in one basket, probably they would have been the one who would have been told, you are actually the ones who won the elections. But that's a debate for another day. So what I see as a citizen is still a team trading, or if I don't use the word trading, I would say everybody's blackmailing the other. President comes out to gaslight Kenyans and tell us there's corruption, a lot of it in Parliament. But at the back of our mind, we know he has done something with these parliamentarians before. And then the parliamentarians all of a sudden find some unity and goes to the House the next morning, including those who ran very quickly to him, like Honorable David Ochieng, who immediately after election ran and gave him the majority he needed to suffocate the other side, are now telling us how they have suffered for this president. Imagine we were sad as citizens that these parliamentarians, kumbe, have not been working for us. They have just been working for the president, which is not right. Then now we are in a situation where Parliament and Senate included could be thinking of, we can impeach you. And the president, I can dissolve Parliament. And so every side is looking at the other with some little blackmail here and there. But that is not still giving us a lot of hope as citizens. So yes, it is okay for parliamentarians to actually stand their ground and try to do the right thing. It is also okay for the president to do the right thing, but I don't really think doing the right thing is gaslighting us and telling us how corruption is in Parliament. I think for him, action would be much more appropriate at this time than just telling us. Because when you tell us you have the advantage of having raw intelligence, I would rather you act. And then when parliamentarians are rising against you, you can now talk to us as citizens and say, I have raw intelligence and I have forwarded them to the judiciary, and now that is why these members of Parliament who are in court with the evidence I gave, and so this is why they are rising against me. But here you come and tell us as citizens that there is a lot of it somewhere there. And we don't know, you are not going far enough to tell us, this is what I have done. Within the rule of law, this is what I have done. I have forwarded my evidence here and there. And again, I would not be happy as a citizen to imagine that all parliamentarians as one basket are all rotten. If there is a member X, Y, or Z that have issues, it is okay to just say, we have issues with member X, Y, and Z, and the courts are doing their work, judiciary are doing their work, and soon enough you will see. But then lastly and finally, as a citizen, I would look at it, yes, parliamentarians are not clean, that is given. But when we do a budget of 4 trillion as a country, who has the chunk of this money? Because for us as citizens of Kenya, the big issue is not who is more corrupt than the other. It is how can we stop all forms of corruption in our country so that the service delivery can be done and the citizens can find medicine in the hospital, education can be fully free, and things like that. So when we look at the 4 trillion, is the executive not having the majority of that money? Yes, they do. Parliamentarians are having a chunk of it. But now, where the majority of the money goes, is it even better? Are ministries even better? If it is not better and you are the boss there and you've done nothing completely. So why are you telling us it is easy to go and quickly look at maybe the few handouts that parliamentarians may take to pass the bill as the only thing that injures the country more than maybe more than 2 trillion that you have?
And we all seem to agree that this is not really a genuine fight against corruption. It's just a tiff between the president and his lieutenants, probably. But you look at the level of sycophancy from this WhatsApp text messages, and it's even odd that the president and members